My name is Ayaba Rihanna, and this is Kashaka Girls. We, as a Kashaka Girls Science Club, we have been able to come up with a project, and this project is a main air conditioner. Okay, in actual sense, it is a two-in-one because we have a room heater and an air conditioner. Uh, Coming up with this project, we moved around the community and we saw that people are facing a lot of problems. They face a lot. Take an example. People in Kabale, you know, Kabale is very cold. It is cold, and we as a school, we have been able to come up with a room heater, which will be able to provide heat for those people who are feeling cold so that they can be able to feel warm. And, and when we go to warm areas like Karamoja, we have been able to come up with a solution for those people who feel cold, for those people who feel warm during those moments of, those moments which they go through. This project is solving a lot of problems. And when we look at our project, it is solving a lot of, the materials we used, they are materials got from the community. They are not materials we buy. Our project is not that much expensive. It is cheap, because if you look at the materials, we use plastics, we use papers and turbines, and turbines are bought. And if we are to look at the cost of turbines, it is not that much expensive. So what I'm trying to say here, I'm trying to say that this project, the materials we are using, they are affordable. That means that they can favor the young, they can favor the poor and the rich. They are favoring two people. And if we are to look at the other side, they are favoring learners at the same time, because it is affordable for everyone. To the amount, if you take a good look here, the plastic can be got from the dustbin anywhere. Even if you finish taking your water, you can easily get the plastic. The boxes are easily affordable, because when you look at these materials, they normally affect our soil. They normally affect our environment by polluting it. But when we look at the plastics and we use the plastics to make something out of it, it is something good rather than polluting our environment. We found our land, and our ancestors were using it, and our land was very good. So rather than polluting it, yes, we all need development. We all need development. We like development. But then at the same time, we need to favor our environment. So we used creativity to come up with something which will favor all sides without affecting our environment, and us also enjoying the coolness and the greatness of our thing. The plastics, the wires, and the boxes, plus the dry cells, they are something which can easily be got. And the dry cells, they are the only expensive things around here. And when we look at the electricity, most parts in Uganda already have electricity. So lighting up this project is something easy. For those people who cannot be able to afford the electricity and whatsoever, they can be able to use solar. Though for now, we have not been able to come up with the solar. But right now, the alternative source of energy we have is a solar.
Thank you so much for the opportunity given. My name is Shanita Agasha, and I'm a student at Kashaka Girls. I'll be talking about how a propeller works. A propeller regulates heat output. This means the chemical energy from the dry cell in convert into electric energy, which flows through the wires to the DC monitor, or known as the DC motor. At the same time, drives the propellers, hence directing cold air to the bulb, converting it to warm air. Okay, I hope everyone can see here clearly. This hot air that is brought out, or even this hot look that is even seen outside here, or even this light, will bring this warm air. And this will favor people from Kabale, people from Fort Poto, where there is a lot of coldness. This thing is very available because less materials are used and even less effort is needed to be gotten. and even it's not that much expensive. With those two, I sign out. Thank you.
My name is Namanya Tracy, a student at Kashaka Girls. I'm going to explain to you how the air cooler works because they are in two in one. They are two in one. This air cooler, when you complete the circuit, the dry cells will produce chemical energy, which is then converted to electric energy that flows through the wires to the DC motor and hence moving it in a centrifugal force, and it moves clockwise. Then the propeller will move the air out, which passes through the ice, where it will be transformed into cool air. The cool air dissolves into the atmosphere molecules, hence regulating the temperature by lowering carbon footprints. Those are toxic to the human body, resulting into suffocation.
Thank you, everyone. My name is Oprah, student from Kashaka Girls. I'm in Science Club. I'm here to talk about the advantages of this air cooler. You know, people in different areas don't make use of local materials. They run for ready-made items, and they don't know that already the environment provides us with the plastics or with the materials we need. Instead of, I'm trying to explain the point because this air cooler is environmental friendly because they are using plastics. Plastics, when you they also destroy some of the fertility of the soil. So instead, when you get them and you use them instead of going and throwing them and use them to come out with something, there will be two things used. You'll be maintain the fertility of the soil, and again you'll be making use of the things in the environment. The air cooler also caters for the local economy. The poor people also can be able to afford this because some people have houses and are in hot areas and are very poor, so they can't be able to afford the air conditioners and the fans and the what. So instead, they can go and get these plastics and you use, because there are few things that we bought, only maybe the DC motor and the dry cells, maybe, and the DC switch only. Others are gotten from around the school, around the environment. I think the wires, we can also get them from the lab also. So as you see, this air conditioner operates when we put ice, and ice, it's not like it will keep solid. It after it will melt, and after melting, we are able to put this pipe that will be able to transport the water outside. So and you keep on adding the ice, as it provides cool air from here. Maybe in our conclusion, when let me pass out the mic to someone else.
Okay, still looking at the room heater. Maybe you might be wondering how it works. This room heater works under the conversion of energy. Here we mean when the electric circuit is complete, electricity current you see there. Okay, yeah, we already have the cable, and since they have already connected here, they have already made the circuit complete. And when this circuit is complete, the electricity current flows in through the wires. Yeah? You're seeing the wires. Those some are inside, you can't see them, but maybe we shall bring it there and you see them. But we have also the wires which will transit the electric currents. The wires in the blue forming energy which provides warmth. Here we have the propeller, which keeps on turning, and it is turned by the turbine. The more it turns, we also have the bulb inside, and this bulb provides heat. When this propeller propeller turns, it comes
Excuse me, time. Try summarize.
the bulb is the one which produces heat, and the moment it produces heat, the propeller is the one which is blowing the air. Then the bulb hits the air, and then it comes out when it is warm. Okay, thank you for that. And in our conclusion, since all these materials are got from the environment, apart from the wires, the cells and the DC switch, which are actually cheap, they can't exceed 50K. Probably since we are favoring all categories, it can be around 60K. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I have two questions. One, about the ice. How long does it take before it completely melts, and what could be the source for that ice? Then the second question is about the room heater. That is like future work. How will you minimize the noise that is created from that?
Okay. I will start with this room heater. You know, we have sound absorbers, but right now in the village we don't have. But then we have mattresses. And these mattresses, the moment we put them around this thing, they will absorb the sound. They will keep on absorbing the sound. And the sound won't be able to do what? To come out. Maybe it won't be able to shout for the baby who's sleeping, or my grandma who is resting, or trying to read her storybook, such stuff. Okay, using a mattress or even a blanket or even a cotton cloth, we'll be able to absorb that sound is from here. But right now we weren't able to access that because we are still working on it. Then for the air conditioner, this ice, it depends. It depends on the way how you have put it in the freezer. How long have you put it in the freezer? But right now, when we look deep in the village, there are some people who don't have who don't have the freezers, but then if we are to look back into our culture, our grandmas had a way how to prepare their had a way how to prepare their water and keep it warm. And this was by use of what? By use of pots. So I assure you, if you put there, even if you don't use ice, but if you use cold water, it will come out when it is still warm. Manyanga, cool. It will come out when it is cool, even if you don't use the ice.
Yes, thank you so much, Team Kashaka Girls. So, as you continue to be innovators because you have started the journey, at least always remember a few things. Number one, remember to explain to us, or at the back of your mind, you should know how important is your solution, or why should I spend all my time and resources to build this solution? It should always be at the back of your mind. So you're building a product that actually that exists. We have the conditioners and stuff like that. So now you need to look for a reason why you're going to come up with yours. Probably the available air conditioners are expensive, and you're coming up with a low cost. Now headline that. I would have preferred if you came with we are designing a low cost kind of, something like that. Or maybe the other one is not faster, or maybe yours is faster, or maybe the available solutions consume a lot of power. Electricity bills usually go high up, and yours will lower the electricity bills. I expect some of those in your presentation. So that now this becomes very, very important. So in the future, mind about that. Actually, you should have even compared. The available one is like this and this and this. Ours has these advantages. Then it can help us appreciate your solution. So in the future, pay attention to some of those, especially when you're designing a solution that already exists. So because scientists should not design for happiness, but we design for market. And when you don't make your solution important, then the market will not appreciate your solution. So it's advice, because I see you're really going to be serious innovators. So thank you so much once again.
excuse me, I get your point trying to bring the uniqueness of our project, but right now, there are some people who don't know air conditioners. And yeah, in actual sense, some people don't know air conditioners. And right now, I'm trying to explain everything to my audience, and they get to understand me, what I'm trying to say. So right now, I even never had something to compare it to. So that was the reason why I never involved that. But then, if you look, I try to involve my grandma, who is in deep in the village, whom I try to bring out that never had the resources to use.
Don't worry, I understand. But I was only saying, as you move along your innovation journey, these are important things to consider. So
Okay.
don't mind if you didn't see it or you didn't have one, but at least you have known what you are supposed to do. Is it fine? Yes. Okay.
Okay, I have one question for you. I'm seeing from the chart you have two-in-one system. And I'm seeing the systems, they look like as if they're independent of each other. What do you mean by two-in-one? Thank you.
Okay, thank you, madam. But then the reason as why you're saying two in one, both of them are handled in energy states. This one brings out coldness. This one brings out hotness. So you can put both of them in your house. This one, at the time of hotness, you use this one, and then the time of coldness, use this one. That's what we mean by two in one, because all of them act as a factor of bringing warmness and coldness. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, just one question.
Okay, I get your point, but if you try to remember very well, when I was making my statement, I said that electricity cannot be available, or it is not a resource which everybody should rely on. If you are to remember very well, in my sayings, I included a word which said, it is not reliable. So that means that if we as innovators, if it so happens and we get like resources or even enough money, because right now we never had enough income to spend on our project. But if it so happens and we get to, we have charcoal, we have charcoal, and it is got very easily got from forests, simple things, even we can use briquettes to light something. So we have an idea of converting this fire or heat produced by the fire into something that will help us in here. But right now, it is electricity we were relying on because it was the only available resource. And even solar energy can work, by the way, because nowadays it became common.
Okay, thank you so much for the opportunity. But I would like to ask, if a fellow who has remained behind and is for the same school, can they answer?
Pardon? Fellow from?
If a member of the same school has stayed behind, not coming with a podium, can they answer a question that is being asked?
Yeah, it's okay.